Welcome to Pattaya True Crime, where we recap some of the dark and chilling crimes and unfortunate events that has happened in Pattaya City and the surrounding areas. Warning, listener discretion is advised. This podcast explores graphic content and disturbing themes that might not be suitable for all audiences. Righto, welcome back to another episode number 48, I believe. We have a lot of funny, weird, crazy yarns again this episode. We'll get straight into it, eh? 41-year-old man injured in motorcycle crash in Pattaya, gun and ammunition found during the search. Naughty boy. Righto. 41-year-old man was injured in a motorcycle collision in Pattaya on a Monday night, and police discovered a loaded revolver in his possession while he was being treated at the hospital. So the incident occurred around 11:30 p.m. Near LK Hotel in Pattaya, or in South Pattaya. So the Pattaya Sawang Bulibun Rescue Centre received a report of a motorcycle crash involving injuries and immediately dispatched teams along with relevant authorities to the scene. When they arrived, rescuers found two grey Honda PCX motorcycles parked in the middle of the road with minor damage. Nearby was an injured man identified as a 41-year-old who appeared intoxicated, spoke incoherently, and complained of neck pain. Rescue personnel provided first aid before urgently transporting him to Pattaya City Hospital. While transferring the injured man from the rescue vehicle at the hospital, staff noticed a suspicious object resembling a firearm protruding from the left pocket of his trousers. Yeah. They then alerted officers from Pattaya City Police Station for further inspection. A search revealed a black revolver containing one .308 caliber round in the chamber. Authorities seized the weapon and ammunition as evidence. A rescue volunteer stated that the victim was complaining of neck pain and had difficulty communicating clearly. His clothes were soaked, leading rescuers to believe that he had been participating in the Songkran water festivities. During the transfer to the ambulance, the grip of the gun was spotted sticking out of his pocket. A preliminary check confirmed it was a real firearm, causing an immediate notification to police at the hospital. Busted. So, as of the latest update, the injured man remains unable to provide a statement due to confusion possibly caused by the accident and suspected intoxication. Police have recorded his details and detained him for questioning. Investigators from the Pattaya City Police Station are continuing to gather facts and will consider filing appropriate charges under Thai law. Yeah, so the second motorcyclist involved in the collision was not reported injured. In the initial accounts, further investigation is ongoing. Bit of bad luck there, mate. Number 2. Pattaya police find a surprising discovery on pedestrian struck by German motorbike rider. A 29-year-old man suffered injuries in a road accident on Pattaya's busy streets early on a Sunday morning, only for police to discover suspected methamphetamine in his bag whilst assisting him. Fucking having a bad run, boys. So the incident occurred approximately 4:40 a.m. on Pattaya Klang Road. In Pattaya City, police were notified of a motorcycle colliding with a pedestrian and responded immediately, coordinating with rescue volunteers from the Sawang Bulibun Rescue Centre in Pattaya to provide urgent assistance. At the scene in the middle of the road, officers found the injured pedestrian, identified as a 29-year-old man. He was lying exhausted on the ground with a severe head laceration and significant bleeding. Rescue personnel administered first aid before rushing him to a nearby hospital for emergency treatment. The motorcycle involved was a black Honda PCX with Surin license plates. Its rider, a German male tourist, sustained minor injuries consisting of abrasions across his body. He was sober and calm and remained at the scene to cooperate with police. He did not need immediate medical assistance. So while officers were aiding the injured man and inspecting the contents of his black shoulder bag to locate identification documents, they discovered a small Ziploc bag containing clear crystalline shards resembling methamphetamine, commonly known as ice. Authorities seized the substance as evidence for laboratory testing for further legal action. Imagine that, getting fucking hit by a motorbike with a baggie in your bag. Poor bastard. So, witness statements indicated that the man was crossing the road at the time when the motorcycle rider travelling straight along the roadway struck him forcefully. Both the pedestrian and the motorcycle skidded a considerable distance, resulting in the reported injuries. Pattaya police investigators plan to review nearby CCTV footage and take detailed statements from all parties to determine the exact cause of the accident and proceed according to legal procedures. They will also expand the investigation into the seized substance to confirm whether it constitutes a narcotics offence. Ah, well, fucking hell. Bad luck, mate. Anyway, moving on to number 3. It's not really related to Pattaya, but it's a bit of a read. We'll have a look. Its titles How Predators Slip Through Gaps in Vast Army of First Responders. So during a medical emergency, the arrival of rescue workers is usually a beacon of hope, but in Thailand, where first responders are often hailed as street heroes, a string of harrowing incidents has exposed a darker reality for the vulnerable, particularly women. The very people arriving to help can sometimes become predators. This is just an article that caught my eye. Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. 99.999% of these first responders are bloody heroes. We'll get that out of the way first. Anyway, we'll carry on. This systematic problem was laid bare earlier this month when Thai-German actress, 30-year-old, filed a police complaint that sent shockwaves throughout the capital. Left unable to move but still conscious after a medical emergency in her apartment in Bangkok's Watahan district, I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I fucked it up. Christine was sexually assaulted by a man she believed was there to rescue her. The suspect was granted access to her room while posing as a first responder, arriving on the scene. He convinced the condo security guard to go downstairs to usher in the police that were on their way and the paramedics. Once alone, he molested the actress and took photographs of her while she lay immobilized. Fucking prick. In his confession to police, a former rescue volunteer exposed a gaping flaw in Thailand's rescue operations. Despite having quit the role, he remained a member of an emergency line group used by rescue teams. Line groups, it's like a WhatsApp group if you don't know. Same sort of thing. So by monitoring messages, he was able to intercept the call and arrive at her apartment before the official responders got there. I have spoken out, so no other women will face the same fate, Christine told reporters. Yeah. While rare, this is not an isolated incident in history of Thailand's emergency services. In 2014, a female office worker fainted in a Foodland supermarket late one night and was picked up by a private ambulance. But instead of delivering her to the hospital, the driver disabled the vehicle's GPS, drove to a secluded spot and sexually attacked her. Her body was later recovered from a canal. During police investigation, the ambulance driver claimed she had managed to fight him off and flee before falling into the canal. Far more common than physical assaults are reports of theft committed by Thailand's informal rescue workers. Police regularly receive complaints about missing valuables at accident sites. In a recent case in Chachoengsao, security footage shows 2 rescuers stealing from a victim. The rescuers were caught, but only 3 of the 7 stolen items worth 1.5 million baht were recovered. Beyond the risk of crime, emergency responders are often part of a bounty culture that put lives at risk. There have been numerous reports of volunteers bypassing the nearest emergency room to transport patients to distant private hospitals in exchange for kickbacks. A delay that could provide fatal in trauma cases. A delay that could prove fatal in trauma cases. Very true. So Thailand's shadow force. The scale of the problem within the nation's informal emergency sector is enormous. Thailand relies on a massive civil defence force comprising of more than 600,000 registered volunteers nationwide, while major rescue foundations maintain strict protocols. They struggle to compete with the freelancers, in air quotes, who buy their own sirens and equipment to operate in a regulatory grey zone. So Miss Thailand 2000 and founder of the Goodness Foundation has become a leading voice advocating for stricter gender-based protocols. She maintains that a female patient should never be left alone with a male first responder. It's kind of true, considering. So when you need rescue services, so Secretary General of the National Institute of Emergency Medicine insists that the agency operates with solid regulations, but he cautions that safety begins with the initial call. He advised to public to always call the hotline in medical emergencies to ensure that only registered and tracked vehicles are dispatched. Experts also urge patients or their families and friends to verify rescue vehicles by checking for an official foundation logo and requesting to see valid ID of all first responders. Under Thai law, impersonating a rescue worker or using an unauthorised emergency vehicle can result in 3 months imprisonment and or fine up to 6,000 baht. Yeah, on that, I actually know a guy in town here. He's inspiring to be a rescue personnel guy. But before he can actually get his certificate or be let in, he has to do 100. He has to attend 100 emergencies, which he does as a volunteer. So off the back of his own motorbike, he's modified it with lights and sirens and stuff and has his own medical kit. And yep, he's got a scanner and he goes and helps. Great guy. But yeah, unfortunately, there's some bad people out there. Anyway, moving on to number 4. We've got Pattaya tourist police use AI to catch overstaying Indian man enjoying the Songkran festivities. So in line with policy of police lieutenant, the commander of the tourist police, who has stressed the use of modern technology to prevent and suppress crime, Thailand's tourist police are enhancing safety at key tourist destinations nationwide. The focus includes tracking individuals with outstanding arrest warrants and foreign nationals who overstay their visas. Yeah, AI, man. Can't stop it. So at approximately 11:52 a.m., a team of investigators from the Tourist Police Station 4, under the command of Police Major, the station's senior officer, conducted a crime suppression operation during the Pattaya One Lai Water Festival. During the operation, officers deployed the CCOC mobile operational vehicle equipped with AI-powered facial recognition camera systems. Yeah. Known as the, I don't know how to say that on mobile, or Deadly Eye Mobile, they're calling it. There you go. So the team patrolled Beach Road in Pattaya looking for possible criminals. The AI system successfully identified and led to the arrest of a foreign man identified as Mr. something or other, 35-year-old Indian national. The system flagged him for overstaying his permission to remain in the kingdom by 43 days. There you go. Officers took the man into custody, ending his Songkran party early, and charged him with being an alien who has entered and remained in the kingdom after the expression of permission. Yeah. He was then transferred to the investigation team at Pattaya City Police Station in Chonburi province for further legal proceedings and eventually deportation at his expense. There you go. Fucked around and found out. Righto, number 5. While we're on our Indian brothers, Pattaya police raid luxury villa, bust alleged Indian-led stock trading scam gang, detained 30 Indian nationals, they reckon. At approximately 3:40 p.m, immigration and tourist police officers raided a luxury two-story pool villa in the village of... again, don't know how to say it. I might get better one day. Just in a little village. Busted. So, led by Police Colonel, Superintendent of the Chonburi Immigration Police Lieutenant Colonel, along with investigation teams from Chonburi Immigration and Pattaya Tourist Police. Officers surrounded the property after receiving reports from concerned citizens of regularly over 30 Indian nationals gathering there and conducting suspected illegal activities. The villa, spanning about 70 square wa, approximately 280 square metres, with high walls, over 2.5 metres, and its front glass doors and windows tightly covered with curtains to block visibility. Inside, authorities found about 20 Indian men actively working at laptop computers with more than 40 mobile phones lined up nearby. Officers identified themselves and conducted a search. Preliminary examination of the computers revealed that the group was sending messages to other Indians, inviting them to invest in various businesses and trade stocks, including gold and digital currencies, Bitcoin, of course. So the operation reportedly involved pumping stocks on a weekly and monthly basis. Police seized evidence including 18 laptop computers, 30 mobile phones, and A4 papers detailing professional corporate-style salary structures for different departments. We got call centres, marketing, finance, and general affairs. Marketing staff were reportedly paid up to 100,000 rupees per month, approximately 34,000 baht, that is. Investigators are still examining the circulating investment funds and have not yet determined the exact amount. All 20 Indian men who were working in the front of the computers and handling calls were detained and taken in for further questioning at the Chonburi Immigration Office, Jomtien 5. They claimed that they had entered Thailand as tourists before the Songkran festival, but admitted to taking jobs without a work permit instead, assisting with stock trading on various websites, earning commission from clients, most of whom were from India. Naughty, naughty. Authorities initially charged the 20 men with working in the kingdom without permission. Additionally, another 10 Indian nationals, men and women, found inside the property were found to have violated regulations by not reporting their place of residence. They were handed over to Pattaya City Police Station for further legal proceedings. There you go. Naughty, naughty. You cannot do. All right, number 6. Ladyboy gets titties out. Righto, Ladyboy fined after wild Songkran video goes viral. Look out. Police in Sarahip have tracked down and questioned a transgender woman seen in a viral video during Songkran celebrations in Bangsarai, Chonburi. The incident took place on the 20th of April along Bangsarai Beach Road during the One Lai Water Festival, where large crowds of Thai and foreign tourists gathered to celebrate Songkran. Police said some groups of young revelers, including women and transgender individuals, were seen wearing revealing outfits, dancing to loud music, and behaving inappropriately in public. One individual in a bikini-style outfit was later seen removing clothing during the event, with officers initially suspecting alcohol consumption as a factor. No. Wouldn't be. Police at Sarahip Police Station later identified and summoned the 32-year-old transgender woman seen in the clip for questioning. She admitted to attending the festival, drinking alcohol, and behaving in a way she said went too far, and apologised for the incident. Authorities said she was fined under public indecency laws for committing an act deemed shameful in public by exposing or revealing the body or engaging in obscene behaviour. So yeah, don't get your knockers out and you'll be right. Anyway, moving on to number 7. So a couple of Brits, they assault a German man after hurling World War II taunts in a Pattaya bar. No good. Two British tourists allegedly assaulted a German man outside a bar in Pattaya following a confrontation that reportedly began with insults about the Second World War. It's a while ago, boys. Come on, sort it out. So the incident, which occurred around 2 a.m, was captured on video. The altercation began inside the bar, where the two unidentified British men were drinking. According to the German man's girlfriend, the pair were acting strangely before her boyfriend approached them. She said that the men made remarks referencing the world wars before the dispute split outside. Fucking hell, come on, boys. What are you doing? He still went to speak with them. They smiled in a way that made it clear that they intended to confront him. Yeah, right. So as I was pulling him out of the bar, one of them ran in and punched him in the face. This is the girlfriend of the German fella, if you didn't catch that bit. I asked them what they wanted, as they were already leaving. I was angry and fought back. She said the man made insults referring to wars before throwing objects and spitting at her. Fuck me. So the video shows two men kicking and striking the German man on the pavement outside. Several bar workers became involved before motorcycle taxi riders intervened to stop the brawl. There you go. Get in there, son. Sort them out. So the girlfriend said she had asked the bar for CCTV footage but was told the cameras were not working. She added that her boyfriend's phone was broken in the incident and that his family had contacted her after seeing the footage online. She also noted that her partner has an enlarged heart and fibrosis in his right lung. Well, that's not called for, is it? Patrol officers arrived after the British men had already left the scene. Pattaya City Police said no formal complaint had been filed at the time of reporting, but confirmed that the investigation had been launched. The police patrol arrived, but by the time the men have already left, the officers told us, just let it go. A sentiment that has become all too common. True. Anyway, dickheads will be dickheads. Moving on to number 8. Chinese man and Thai woman hit by speeding motorbike rider while crossing the road in South Pattaya, all 3 injured. Chinese man and his Thai female companion were injured early this morning after a speeding motorcycle rider, who was seriously injured himself, swerved to avoid them while they were crossing Pattaya's South Road on foot, colliding with a pickup truck and then crashing into the pedestrians. Oh, fuck me. Pattaya City Police were notified of the accident at approximately 3:10 a.m. The accident occurred on South Pattaya Road in front of a busy Thai nightclub. Rescue teams from the Sawang Bulibun Pattaya Foundation were dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, officers found a grey Honda Wave 125 motorcycle lying on its side with front end damage. The rider, a man estimated to be in his 20s or 30s, was found face down on the road. He had sustained a head laceration and multiple injuries. He carried no identification documents. Paramedics provided first aid and rushed him to a nearby hospital. A black Ford pickup truck was also at the scene with damage to its rear tyre. The uninjured driver, 44-year-old, he remained at the scene and cooperated with authorities. The 2 pedestrians, a Chinese man and a Thai woman, luckily suffered only minor injuries. Preliminary complaining of chest tightness. Sorry, it's not funny. I'm just laughing at myself. They received on-site medical attention. According to the ute driver, statement to police, he was driving out of South Pattaya when he saw the motorcycle rider approaching from the opposite direction at high speed. As the Chinese man and Thai woman began crossing the road, the motorcyclist lost control while attempting to avoid them. The rider swerved sharply, struck the rear of the pickup truck, and then collided with the Thai woman before falling to the ground. Police documented the scene, collected evidence, and have invited all parties involved for further questioning. Officers will also review nearby CCTV footage to determine the exact cause of the incident and proceed with legal action accordingly. Yeah, got to be careful. Hey. Yep, no good. Anyway, move on to number 9. Still with our Chinese brethren. 21-year-old Chinese man drowns after allegedly sneaking into a luxury Jomtien condo pool after hours. 21-year-old Chinese tourist died after apparently entering a condominium swimming pool in the Jomtien area after hours, police reported. At approximately midnight, Pattaya's Suang Bulibun Rescue Centre received a report of a person drowning at a luxury condominium in the Jomtien neighbourhood. Police from Pattaya Station and the rescue volunteers were immediately dispatched to the scene. When they arrived, officers found the body of the foreign man floating unconscious in the swimming pool. Emergency personnel performed CPR on site, but were unable to revive him, should say. So the deceased was later identified as a 21-year-old Chinese national. He was wearing only underwear and was found in the approximately 2-metre deep pool. According to Mr. Something or other, 46-year-old, who provided information at the scene, the condominium pool officially closes to residents at 10 o'clock p.m., that is, after which staff conduct security checks before leaving their posts. So a Chinese woman, a friend of the deceased, returned from an errand outside and discovered the body floating in the pool. She immediately jumped in to pull him out and called for assistance. It remains unclear exactly when he entered the pool, as the incident occurred after closing time and staff had followed normal procedures. Police inspected the scene and gathered evidence. He'd been staying in room 281 on the 20th floor of the condominium and had arrived for his holiday the same day. Fuck. That's not very lucky. So the exact cause of the death is still under investigation. The Sawang Bulibun Foundation was tasked with transporting the body to a hospital for storage, while authorities contacted the victim's family and embassy to proceed with legal formalities. That's some fucking bad luck. Rest in peace, mate. Anyway, moving on. Number 10. Still with the drowning. So a British tourist, 62, dies after drowning in Pattaya Sea while intoxicated. 62-year-old British man drowned in the sea off Pattaya Beach on a Tuesday evening after drinking alcohol, despite efforts by rescue and medical teams to save him. So the incident occurred at approximately 6:29 p.m. at the beach along Beach Road in front of a well-known shopping mall, the Pattaya Rescue Centre. They were alerted and dispatched rescue teams, Pattaya City Police and medical staff from Pattaya City Hospital to the scene. When they arrived, rescuers found the foreign man lying on the sand with a cloth covering his face. Emergency personnel immediately began first aid and CPR, but he showed no signs of regaining consciousness. He was placed on a stretcher, transferred to an ambulance, and CPR was continued en route to Pattaya City Hospital. He was sadly pronounced dead shortly after arrival. 25-year-old jet ski rental operator who witnessed the event told authorities that the British man had been drinking heavily and had appeared intoxicated since the afternoon. He was resting on the beach before entering the sea. He walked out about 5 or 6 metres into the water. At that time, he was still conscious but could not speak, the guy said. I saw he was drunk and tried to tell him to get out of the water. Not long after, he went back into the sea and suddenly showed signs of distress. My friends and I rushed to pull him ashore and call for help. Investigators found the man's wallet containing cash and identification documents. He was later publicly identified after his embassy and family were contacted. Yeah, we won't call his name out. Rest in peace, mate. So police from Pattaya City Police Station are conducting full investigation into the cause of death and will proceed with legal formalities. No foul play is suspected at this stage. This is very unfortunate. Righto, number 11. Dramatic CCTV captures moment BMW driver accidentally reverses into tourists in Pattaya, injuring 5 foreigners. So a terrifying incident took place on Pattaya's second road when a white BMW suddenly reversed at high speed into a group of pedestrians, sending foreign tourists flying and injuring 5 people, including a 2-year-old child. No good. At approximately 7:50 p.m, Pattaya City Police were alerted to a serious incident in front of a traditional Thai massage shop near Mega International Market. Officers from Pattaya City Police Station, along with rescuers from Sawang Bulipun Foundation, rushed to the scene. Pardon me. Upon arrival, police found a white BMW 5 Series with Bangkok number plates with significant rear end damage. The driver's door was wide open and bent against the front wheel. The vehicle had mounted the footpath and crashed into a luggage shop, damaging several suitcases on display. 5 foreign tourists were injured in the incident and were transported to local hospitals. A 45-year-old American man, a 56-year-old Australian man and his 2-year-old son, 2 Indian men. All 5 were treated at Bangkok Pattaya Hospital and Pattaya Memorial Hospital. Medical teams are closely monitoring their conditions. A staff member from the massage shop described the heart-stopping moment to reporters. While employees were sitting on the steps in front of the shop waiting for customers, the BMW, which had already been involved in a minor collision with a motorcycle just meters away, suddenly reversed at speed into a crowd of pedestrians. Staff screamed in panic as the car struck tourists along the footpath, including a foreigner pushing a stroller with a small child. The employee noted that it was extremely fortunate that the staff had moved from their usual spot, from the edge of the footpath to the steps. Otherwise, they would likely have been run over. The driver, 57-year-old lady, a beach umbrella business owner in Pattaya, remained at the scene and gave a statement to police. She explained that shortly before the incident, that her car had been involved in a minor scrape with a motorcycle about 3 to 4 meters away. While waiting for insurance officers, she reversed the car to park on the side of the road. She admitted she may have accidentally left the car in gear and insisted she had engaged the handbrake. When the insurance representative arrived, she got back into the vehicle with the door still open to retrieve her driver's license. Within seconds, the car suddenly launched backwards into the tourist. She stressed that she had no intention of harming anyone and described the event as a genuine accident. She expressed readiness to take full responsibility and cover all medical expenses for the injured parties. Fucking hell. Yeah, she probably just, when she climbed in the car, she may have just stepped on the accelerator and it was still in gear or something. Yeah, bloody hell. Hope everyone's all right. Anyway, moving on. How lucky last, number 12. Not so lucky for old mate here though. It's pretty sad. So a young Thai man dies after losing control of his motorcycle and crashing into a tree in Pattaya. 27-year-old man from the Terang province was killed instantly early in the morning when he lost control of his motorcycle and slammed into a tree in eastern Pattaya. The accident occurred at approximately 5:30 a.m. Rescuers from the Pattaya Centre staff were notified and rushed to the scene. When they arrived, officers found the body of the man, a Thai national. He had suffered severe head trauma, including a deep laceration to his forehead and bleeding from his ears, eyes and nose. His white Honda MSX motorcycle was found nearby with front wheel badly damaged from the impact. Local residents told authorities they had heard a sound of an engine revving unusually loud moments before the crash. When they went outside to check, they discovered the rider already motionless on the ground and immediately called for help. Police recorded the scene as evidence and seized the motorcycle for further inspection. The body was transported to Pattaya Hospital, where it awaits identification and release to relatives for religious funeral rites. The exact cause of the accident remains under investigation. Yeah, sad. Wear a helmet. It is very important. Anyway, we'll leave it off with that one. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back very shortly with another episode of Pattaya True Crime. Until then, you know how it goes. Stay safe out there, people. Stay safe.